A Chapter 7 of bankruptcy allows a consumer to get rid of or erase unsecured debt. Not all unsecured debt, but most unsecured debt. The exceptions to that would be like student loan debt, certain IRS debt. Some criminal obligations can't be erased in a bankruptcy. So most of what everybody has in the way of consumer debt can be affected in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. It does not get rid of a security interest. So if you've got a car or a house, you can't just do the bankruptcy and quit paying on those things and be able to keep it. The main difference between a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13 is that in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you're required to make a payment amounting to your disposable income to a Chapter 13 trustee for a period of 3 to 5 years. In a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, we're not making a monthly payment to a trustee. We're just disclosing all our assets and all our liabilities and discharging the dischargeable debt, and it takes, instead of 3 to 5 years, it takes 3 or 4 months. A Chapter 7 bankruptcy works best for a client that is current on their secured debt, car payments or house payments, but have some serious unsecured debt problems that are using up their disposable income. Well, when a client comes to our office with a financial problem, we evaluate their situation. Sometimes a Chapter 13 is the tool to use, and sometimes a Chapter 7 is the tool to use. The thing that a Chapter 7 will not solve is a delinquency on a mortgage payment or a car. You have to stay current on your secured debt, but a Chapter 7 can get rid of the unsecured debt. So when I'm seeing clients who have a lot of unsecured debt, but they're managing it with their secured assets, then we're probably leaning more towards a Chapter 7. Bankruptcy is not always the answer. Quite often I visit with somebody and explain to them the things that bankruptcy can do and what it can't do. And quite often I'm telling them this isn't probably the best thing for you right now. If someone's considering bankruptcy, they should contact a bankruptcy attorney and set up a consultation. In our case, the consultation doesn't cost you anything. It really makes sense to talk to somebody who understands bankruptcy and is able to provide that advice so that you can make an informed decision. Now, one of the things I like about a Chapter 7 bankruptcy is it's a pretty quick process, and it is kind of a dramatic turnaround in a client's situation over just a couple of months time span. So they can go from being just worried to death about their debts, afraid to pick up the phone, to just a couple of months later it's something that's in the rearview mirror and they're not having to think about it at all, and they're able to go forward and concentrate on positive things they want to do in their life instead of just always be dwelling on this burden that they're carrying around.